Broken bat roll to short, could be two. Faluta second one. Maddox's relay in time for a 6-4-3 double play. Once again, Blake Johnson making the pitch when he needed a broken bat roll to short. It's a 6-4-3 double play, and just like that, San Antonio finished in the top of the fifth. No runs on 2 hits, no errors. They strand one midway through 5 here in Springdale. San Antonio leading the Naturals by a score of 4-3. And welcome back to Arvest Ballpark here in Springdale. Naturals come to bat in the bottom of the fifth, trailing San Antonio by a score of 4-3. Erik Andersson along with Stephen Davis. Black clouds overhead, lightning in the distance off to the east, and the wind has really shifted. It's blowing out to left field as the weather in the area. It's not raining yet. Hopefully it'll hold off, but the wind blowing out to left about 30 to 35 miles an hour. Right-hander Mike Ekstrom, who came in for starter Will Inman, with 1 out back in the 4th inning, delivers the first pitch to Kila Kaihui, a fastball low, and it's 1-0. Naturals will have the 4, 5, and 6 hitters Kaihui, Richardson, and Corey Aldridge here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Ekstrom's 1-0 pitch to Kila, fastball a little bit low, and it's 2-0. Kila doubled back in the 2nd and popped up to short in the 4th inning. A left-handed hitter with a slightly open stance. Ekstrom, the right-hander's 2-0 pitch to Kila, fastball for a strike at the knees, 2-1. Mission's 4 runs on 9 hits, 1 error. Naturals 3 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. Bottom of the 5th inning. Nobody on, nobody out for the Naturals. 2-1 pitch to Kila, swung on line deep to left field. Going back is Alley. This ball is gone, a home run. Kila Kaihui going the opposite way, and we are tied at 4 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Kila hitting a line drive out to left field to just clear that fence and into the bullpen for the Missions. Kila hits number 20. He leads the Texas lead 1 over Arkansas's Ben Johnson. Kaihui now with 20 home runs, 51 RBIs, and we are tied at 4 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. They call Kila the mayor of Springdale, as he probably the most popular Natural here in the first season of Northwest Arkansas baseball. Now we are tied at 4 here in the bottom of the 5th inning on an opposite field home run by Kila Kaihui. Pitch to Juan Richardson. Look out as that's lined into the netting first base side near the on-deck circle, right above Corey Aldridge, who is on deck for the Naturals. So back to a tie ball game here in Springdale between San Antonio and the Naturals. The 0-1 pitch to Richardson, chopped over the mound near the second base bag. Lopez has it go under his glove into shallow right center field. Richardson now heading for second and sliding it head first. He is in ahead of the throw of center fielder Drew Macias, with a shortstop Kazmar trying to apply the tag. Good hustle by Juan Richardson. It's going to be a fielding error by the second baseman Lopez. Richardson chopped one over to the mound to the first base side of the second base bag, and Lopez, the second baseman over there, tried to short hop and went under his glove into shallow right center field. So it's going to be a fielding error on the second baseman Lopez, but good hustle by Richardson, who legged it out to second base. Be an error on the second baseman Lopez. Nobody out. Richardson, the runner, off second. Ekstrom from the stretch. The pitch to Corey Aldridge. Ripped foul. Just foul outside the first base bag. Ricocheting down the right field line. 0-1 on Corey. So we're tied at 4 as Kaihui a leadoff opposite field home run here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Tied at 4. Nobody out. Richardson, who reached in the fielding error by the second baseman Lopez, is the runner at second. Corey Aldridge, the left fielder, standing in from the left side. Corey struck out in the second, walked in the 4th. Richardson, a good leadoff second. Ekstrom's 0-1 pitch to Corey, swung and bounced foul into the third base dugout belonging to the Missions. It's 0-2. San Antonio, the Double-A affiliate of the San Diego Padres, have won 3 in a row, 9 of 12. They are 1 game behind Frisco in the Texas League South. Missions with a 10-4 record. 49-35 overall. Nobody out. We're tied at 4. 1 run in for the Naturals in the bottom of the 5th. Richardson about a 6-step leadoff second. The 0-2 pitch to Corey Aldridge. He's jammed. He rolls it towards short. Kazmar up with it. Fires to first. In the dirt, and it's safe at first. It's going to be an infield single for Corey Aldridge. His first hit as a Natural. Richardson goes to third. Aldridge on at first base with the 7th Naturals base hit on the evening. Corey got jammed on that hit. A slow roller to the shortstop Kazmar. His throw was in the dirt to the first baseman Blanks, but Aldridge hitting from the left side with good speed beat it out for an infield single. So the Naturals with a good inning started here in the bottom of the 5th against San Antonio. 1 run in, we're tied at 4. Northwest Arkansas at bat, nobody out. Richardson at third, Aldridge at first, and here's Irving Falou standing in from the left side. Ekstrom, the right-hander from the stretch. Peek at Aldridge at first. The pitch to Falou is swung on line foul back here to the sweet level just to our left between home plate and the third base dugout. 0-1 on the switch hitting shortstop Irving Falou. Hits from the left side against the right-hander Ekstrom. Irving flew out to left in the second, reached on a fielder's choice in the fourth, knocked in a run and scored. Richardson off third, Aldridge a short lead off at first. The 0-1 pitch to Falou, swung on line into right field for a base hit. Coming to score from third is Richardson, and the Naturals take the lead 5-4 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Irving Falou with a base hit to right field, scoring Richardson, who reached on the air. Juan coming in from third base. Aldridge goes from first to second, and Falou picks up his second RBI of the ball game. 2 runs in for the Naturals here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Northwest Arkansas now with a 5-4 lead over San Antonio, and they're not done yet. Nobody out. You've got Aldridge at second, Falou at first for right fielder Geraldo Valentin. Valentin looped out to center field in the second inning, walked and scored in the fourth. Right-handed hitter, the infielder's in the corners looking for a bunt, squaring to bunt. Valentin, he bunts it up the first base side. The pitcher, Ekstrom, has it, goes to third, and they force Corey Aldridge out at third base, going from second to third on a close play. As Ekstrom, the pitcher, fielded that bunt between the mound and just up the first base line. He spun around and fired to Schemmel at third, and they just nipped Corey Aldridge. So Aldridge out at third base. Falou goes to second. Valentin on at first base with a fielder's choice. There's 1 out. So Ekstrom, the pitcher, kind of taking a chance, firing to third, but they just nipped Corey Aldridge at third base, forcing him, trying to go from second to third. 1 out, but 2 runs in for the Naturals in the bottom of the 5th inning. They lead it 5-4. Falou at second, Valentin at first. Now Adam Donahue steps out of the right-handed batter's box. The skies are black. Wind blowing out to left field about 35 miles an hour. Ekstrom, the right-hander from the stretch, spins and does not throw towards second as Falou is over there. Donahue, the catcher, hitting from the right side, tapped up the first base line to the catcher Lobaton in the third, then walked in the 4th inning. Runners off first and second. They take off. The hit and run is on, swung on, hit deep to right center field. Coming on, Whip falls in for a base hit. The decoy was on by the right fielder Baxter as the hit and run was on. Donahue going the opposite way and hitting a looping line drive into right center field. And with those runners taking off, Baxter, the right fielder, decoyed it like he was going to catch it. Then the ball dropped. Falou had to head back to second, Valentin back to first, but then when the ball dropped, they had to hustle to their bases respectively. Falou to third, Valentin to second, Adam Donahue on at first base with an opposite field single. Bases are loaded for Jose Duarte, who is 2 for 3. Now out to the mound out of the third base dugout, the pitching coach for San Antonio, Steve Weber. So the Naturals with 2 runs in here in the bottom of the 5th inning. They lead it 5-4. 1 out, the bases are loaded. Falou at third, Valentin at second, Donahue at first. Duarte delivered a bases loaded single with 2 outs in the 4th inning to knock in 2 runs, a very big base hit at the time. So a conference at the mound, and this is going to be broken up by home plate umpire Jason Millsaps. The skies are pitch black, and we've got lightning off to our east, but no rain as of yet. Naturals 5 runs on 9 hits, no errors. Missions 4 runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors. 2 runs in for the Naturals in the bottom of the 5th. 1 out, bases loaded. Falou at third, Valentin at second, Donahue at first. Standing in from the right side, the leadoff hitter, center fielder Jose Duarte. Ekstrom from the stretch, the pitch to Duarte, fastball a little bit low and inside, it's 1-0. Duarte 2 for 3, a couple of base hits, and he struck out looking in the 1st inning. Had a 9-game hitting streak snapped yesterday when he pinch hit. Ekstrom from the stretch. 1-0 pitch to Duarte. Swung on, chop towards second. Backing up Lopez. Underhand shovel to Kazmar, the shortstop at second base. They force out Donahue at second with a throw to first. Not in time for Duarte. And the Naturals now extend their lead 6-4. Is coming in from third base was Irving Falou. Credit Duarte with his third RBI of the ball game and good hustle. Baiting the throw to first from the shortstop Kazmar. Donahue was out at second base on the play. Valentin goes from second to third. Falou came in to score. 3 runs in for the Naturals here in the bottom of the fifth. They lead San Antonio by a score of 6-4. With 2 outs, here comes Mark Maddox, the second baseman. Valentin at third, Duarte at first, so good speed on the bases. Maddox standing in from the right side. Ekstrom, the right-hander, looks at third, looks at first, does not throw. Maddox, the second baseman, 1 for 3, singled in the fourth, struck out in the third, looped out to first in the first inning. 3 runs in for the Naturals here in the bottom of the fifth. They lead it 6-4. Pitch to Maddox. Change up the drop low, and it's 1-0. Good speed on the bases. Valentin at third. Duarte at first with 2 outs. Duarte being held on by Kyle Blanks at first base. That wind is still blowing out to left field about 30 miles an hour, and the skies are pitch black. Ekstrom, the right-hander from the stretch. The 1-0 pitch to Maddox. Tried to check his swing. Won't insist. Now the runner's going off. The throw to third, not in time. As the ball was low and inside to Maddox, he tried to check his swing, went around too far as Duarte was going with the pitch from first to second. Lobaton, the San Antonio catcher, bluffed a throw to second, then fired to third to try to pick off Valentin, but he hustled back in out of the tag of third baseman Schemmel. So credit Duarte with a stolen base. He's at second. Valentin remains at third, and 2 outs to count 1-1 on Mark Maddox. Mario Lison on deck, first base side. The pitch to Maddox, swung on, dribbled up the third base line. Going to be a tough play. Barehanded throw by the pitcher. Ekstrom thrown over the head of Blanks at first base, and 2 runs will come in. It is now an 8-4 Naturals lead. 5 runs in here in the bottom of the fifth inning. It's going to be, I believe, a hit in an air. Hit in an air. As Maddox hit a little dribbler up the third base line. Ekstrom, the pitcher, came over, grabbed that ball just a little bit up the line, barehanded, spun around, fired over the head of the first baseman Blanks, who stands 6'6". Scoring on the play with 2 outs was Valentin from third and Duarte from second. 5 runs in for the Naturals in the bottom of the fifth inning. They lead it 8-4. It's going to be a throwing error on Ekstrom, allowing Duarte to come in. 2 outs, Maddox a short lead at first, held on by Blanks. The pitch to Mario Lison, fastball low and inside, it's 1-0. The Naturals got 3 in the fourth, now 5 in the fifth inning. They lead San Antonio 8-4. 2 outs, Maddox a short lead at first, held on by Blanks. Ekstrom, the right-hander from the stretch. Couple of glances at first, 1-0 pitch to Duarte to Lison. A curveball low and outside. Mario swung and missed on it, 1-1. Lison, the 9th man to come to the plate here in the fifth inning. The Naturals sent 9 men to the plate in the fourth inning. Lison, the DH tonight, hitting from the right side, is 0 for 3. Maddox a short lead at first, held on by Blanks. The 1-1 pitch, Lison swung and line foul into the sweet level here. Into the suites between home plate and the first base dugout up on the second row. It's 1-2 on Lison. Naturals now with 8 runs on 10 hits, no errors. San Antonio 4 runs, 9 hits, and 3 errors. 5 runs in for the Naturals here in the bottom of the fifth inning. They lead it 8-4. 2 outs, Maddox a short lead at first. Ekstrom's 1-2 pitch, Lison swung and missed as Mario chased a fastball outside. Lison is struck out, but the Naturals a huge inning here in the fifth inning. They pick up 5 runs. They do it on 5 base hits. There were 2 errors, 1 man left. At the end of 5 complete here in Springdale, the Naturals lead San Antonio by a score of 8-4. And And welcome back to Arvest Ballpark. Erik Anderson and Stephen Davis along with the very exciting last couple of innings for the Naturals. Last two innings, they've sent 18 men to the plate, 9 in each inning. They picked up 3 runs in the fourth, all unearned. Then in the fifth inning, 5 runs for the Naturals. Only one of those was earned. Right-hander Chris Hayes comes on in relief, trying to hold this 8-4 lead as San Antonio comes to bat in the top of the sixth inning. Hayes comes in, the submarining right-hander from the Chicago area. Starter Blake Johnson pitched well. He went 5 innings, allowed 9 hits, struck out 3, walked 3, 4 runs all earned. Sal Hayes, the right-hander from Northwestern University, the submarining right-hander, comes in trying to protect the Naturals' 8-4 lead as San Antonio comes to bat in the top of the sixth inning. At the bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9, Lobaton, Kazmar, and Schemmel. Bending over is Hayes. The first pitch, curveball for a strike on the outside corner to catcher Jose Lobaton. Lobaton, a switch hitter, hitting from the left side against the right-hander Hayes. Lobaton has bounced out to shortstop twice tonight. Hayes' 0-1 pitch. Submarine 69-mile-an-hour curveball that missed high and tight, 1-1. Skies are pitch black, but we haven't had any rain. Hayes bending down from the right side. Submarine pitcher, the 1-1 pitch, swung and fouled off the face mask, I think, of catcher Adam Donahue. It's 1-2. Naturals with 8 runs on 10 hits, no errors. San Antonio 4 runs, 9 hits, and 3 errors. San Antonio at bat in the top of the sixth inning. Nobody out, nobody on. Hayes comes from down under, the 1-2 pitch. A curveball that missed low and outside to Lobaton. It's 2-2. Chris Hayes, 6'1", 195 pounds, 25 years old, from Chicago, signed as a free agent out of the tryout camp, 2006. 2-2 pitch to Lobaton, swung and lifted down the left field line, blowing well foul back into the seats, about 10 rows. So it's 2-2, I should say, on Lobaton. Mission's got 3 in the first. The base is clearing double by Seth Johnston with 2 outs. Then Johnston knocking in a run with a single in the third. Johnston, the DH for San Antonio, has knocked in all 4 of the Mission's runs. As far as the Naturals, Irving Falou with a pair of RBIs as well as 3 for Jose Duarte. The 2-2 pitch from Hayes, a little bit low and outside to Lobaton. It's 3-2. Kayla Kaiahui also with an opposite field home run, his 20th of the season. That in the 5-run 5th inning. Hayes' payoff pitch to Lobaton, swung on line into center field for a base hit. So a leadoff single by the San Antonio catcher, lining into center field off of Hayes. Hits are now tied at 10 apiece, but the Naturals with an 8-4 lead with San Antonio at bat in the top of the 6th inning. Lobaton, the runner on at first base with that leadoff single. It brings up the number 8 hitter in the San Antonio order, shortstop Sean Kazmar, who is 1 for 2. Hayes on the season, making his 22nd appearance, all in relief. He's been fantastic. 1-1 record, 1.98 ERA. Runner off first, the pitch to Kazmar, swung and bounced foul past the first base coach's box. Craig Cooper coaching over there for San Antonio. It's 0-1 on Kazmar. Hayes is 5 for 5 in saves, 36 in the third innings. He's only allowed 25 hits, 8 earned runs, 3 home runs. He struck out 22, walked 7. Opponents hitting a measly 207. The 0-1 pitch to Kazmar, swung on line into center field. Jose Duarte comes in, makes a one-handed catch. Going back to first base is Jose Lobaton, 1 out as Kazmar lines to center. So 1 out, it brings up the third baseman, John Schemmel. Right-handed hitter would bounce into a fielder's choice in the 4th and then struck out in the 2nd inning. Hayes on the season against San Antonio has only pitched 2 2/3 innings of shutout ball. Lobaton, a short lead at first, held on by Kaiahui with 1 out. And the first pitch, a curveball way outside. 1-0 on John Schemmel. Part of the reason for that is the Naturals saw San Antonio way back at the beginning of April. Hayes was not with the ball club at that time. Hayes from the belt, bending over, the 1-0 pitch. Fastball for a strike on the outside corner at the belt. 1-1 on Schemmel. Northwest Arkansas with an 8-4 lead. They got 5 runs in the 5th, 3 in the 4th. San Antonio at bat in the top of the 6th inning, 1 out. Lobaton a short lead at first, held on by Kaiahui. The 1-1 pitch from Hayes, a curveball missing low and inside to Schemmel. It's 2-1. Sun has gone down, but part of that is the thunderstorms in the area. 2-1 pitch to Schemmel, a fastball for a strike at the belt, 2-2. Before the sun had gone down, the skies had gotten pitch black. We haven't had any rain, and there was lightning out to our east. The wind blowing out to left field about 25 to 30 miles an hour. 2-2 pitch to Schemmel, swung on bounds to short. Could be two. Falou to second, one. Maddox's relay in time for a 6-4-3 double play. They just nipped Schemmel at first as he bounces into a 6-4-3 double play. Sal Hayes comes in, slams the door on San Antonio in the top of the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. They strand none. Midway through 6 here in Springdale, the Naturals lead San Antonio by a score of 8-4.